But yeah, going to Clemson, man, it was a total. But I take that back. It really wasn't that big of a culture shock for me because from, like I said, my dad got me started in martial arts. So I traveled with these martial art tournaments, from 6, 7, 8,
Okay.
9 years old. I'm traveling to these different, Virginia, North Carolina, all these different places. I'm traveling, so I'm seeing different people. And then another thing, again, I talked about James and Papa with Orangeburg Track Club. I mean,
Yeah.
that's going out to California because imagine that going out to California for a track meet, a national track meet. We all over
Wow.
with track and field. So I've been out and I've been exposed to different people and I've seen more. And that's one thing that so many of our people in the Berg suffer from. If they go to Columbia, they went somewhere. And it's so much more that when you get your eyes open to different horizons, different things, you get open and you see different possibilities, it broadens your horizon. It makes you dream bigger. So, but I was able to get out and see all that. So going to Clemson wasn't that big of a culture shock, especially because, my dad and I had those conversations. I love telling this story too, because that the thing he told me, we're driving up, we get ready to go. He said, don't you go up there and be just a football player. So I was like, so many times we'll get caught up in our little comfort zone. He's like, don't go up there and just be a football player. So yes, I did my thing in the football area, but I was involved in student government, multicultural affairs. I was involved in, my major was marketing, so I'm pretty much in the business section of the school, but I'm in the biology department. I knew professors in the biology department. I knew professors in the engineering department. I had a personal
Wow.
relationship with the president, because I just got out there and I just met people and, people from different countries. So it was just one of those things. It was a great experience for me. I took my dad's advice and I actually made the most out of that opportunity because what it did, it actually taught me how to deal with different people from different cultures, different aspects of life. So no matter what room I walked into, I was comfortable.
Wow. And that's something that I'm pretty sure those professors was not used to seeing their starting quarterback, even knowing who they are. Forget
Right.
their name, even.
It was to the point that I was on a, I knew the names of the parking attendants. I knew the names of the people in the dining hall because it's just,
But you know what though? And that's why to this day, see, 'cause when I did my homework, I have some friends who attended Clemson University or a little after you or before you, and that's why you are so beloved because it's those little things that people. Because if you was a butthole, people would love to tell that story, but they
oh yeah,
can't.
yeah, yeah. That's one thing. Yeah, my dad taught me. We always had those conversations. Your name means something. Your reputation means something. I want so if someone try to even make up a story and it gets to the right ear, somebody can say, nah, that ain't what it.
That don't sound right.
Right.
Okay, so you go to Clemson. Um, you fitting in. So at what point? So did you redshirt your freshman year?
I did. Yeah. I redshirted
Okay,
my freshman year.
okay, you
So that
redshirt your freshman year.
great curve.
And
Got a
who
chance.
was the quarterback then?
When I first got there, it was Neilon Green.
Okay,
Yeah, Neilon Green was the quarterback then. And then when he left, it was Brandon Streeter took over, who's now he's a quarterback coach at Clemson. So Brandon Streeter took over, and it was a few of us others that were still there. Uh,
okay.
so yeah.
So at what point when you at Clemson? At what point did you actually get the Did you get on the field? Well, not get on the field. Did you get on the field before you played quarterback? The special teams, or did it save you
No,
the
I
strictly?
was quarterback. I was quarterback the whole time.
Okay,
I my sophomore year, which is my freshman year on the field. My second, well, I just said this to make it easy. My second year at Clemson, I actually got to start a game. Um, didn't go very well because they still had not allowed me to throw the ball. So they got me in there just kind of running around and limited offense. So that's one thing. It didn't go very well. And that's when, because I was backing up Streeter and our offense, the previous games just wasn't doing very well. So they
okay,
just wanted to change. So they had me start that game. And it was a limited offensive package. And I actually say, I'm not going to put it all on them because it was still a curve for me because I'm coming from a different type of offense, a shotgun no huddle, where our play calling is red five. That's everything. That everyone knows what to do. You get there, you got pro right, split left, 369, Nero Z dad. What is, I have no idea what you're talking about. So it was a little learning curve for me. But by that time in the season, I actually got comfortable with it, and they still kind of kept the playbook small for me. But I still had some role plays. I come in and run a couple of plays and come back out.
Okay.
My second year at Clemson.
And who was the offensive coordinator at that time?
At that time, let's see. I believe it was Ensminger.
Okay.
Steve Ensminger, my freshman year. And then my second year, I'm not sure. I think he was still there, but I don't know if he was going. I don't know who our coordinator was my second year because Coach West was still there. So I don't know who that offensive coordinator was.
Okay.
At that time, my second year. I think it was still Steve Ensminger.
Okay. So at what point did you get the did you earn your starting spot? That'll be your junior year?
I would say I earned it going into my junior year, but the year after that, that's when I started a lot that year, only because Brandon Streeter got hurt. So I started many games that year, and that's my guy. I mean, you want to talk about a trooper, and just give you a quick resume. At my third year at Clemson, in spring ball, in spring ball, he dislocates his ankle. He comes back. Yeah, he dislocates his ankle in spring ball, comes back, and then third or fourth game, he breaks his collarbone.
Good Lord.
Comes back from a broken collarbone the same year, couple of games that he dislocates his hip. And he still comes back and plays in the bowl game.
Now that's a trooper.
Yeah, so like I said, I got to start a lot that year because, that was 99 that year because he was hurt. But that was when I began to come into my own because that's the year that Coach Bowden came in. And that's when they brought in Rich Rodriguez, who brought in shotgun, no huddle, hurry up. And that was I was felt at home.
And I'm glad you said that, guys, because I said it when I made my video that I first went to you to catch attention. Guys who don't know football don't speak. If you don't know who Rich Rodriguez is, do your homework. I know a lot of people get credit for it, but I'm still I think, this is my opinion, Woodrow, you can tell me different. This is what I said about you. I think Woodrow Rodriguez is the godfather of the spread, and you were the tool that introduced the spread offense to the world. And when I said that,
yeah, he was one of the pioneers. You're exactly right. I think he was, if not the first, he was very close. He's like 1.5. If he's not the first, he was the first to really come out there with that shotgun, no hunt. We gonna put the pedal to the metal, run 100 plays, tire out your defense, tempo. I mean, he ran off most of the linemen because he didn't want them big 6'5", 6'6", 300. No, our lineman was 6'1", 6'2" at the most, about 280. But can move and can block and was strong, and that's what he wanted.
Yep. And you were the I can't think of the word I used, but you were the poster child. And I laughed with your coach when I made that top 10 after South Carolina. This is the first time I talked about you, made the top things. And what happened was it was some guys that don't look like us. and when I put the Rich Rodriguez thing in there, they said, you know what? You are right. They didn't even think about that. Because I said, what made me, I didn't even realize it. But one day I watched an interview with Rich and he brought you up and he said it, that you were the guy that introduced it. Because I'm like, well, I'm going to get to that later. But you were the guy who introduced the spread offense and ran it. Because I posted your stats. You were the first guy, I'm pretty sure you know this because you are Woodrow, to run. Was it pass for 2,000 and run for 1,000 yards in NCAA history?
Yeah.
First ever.
Yeah.
Guys, I want you guys to let that sit in your spirit. Let that sit, because it's not for those who are younger. You guys don't understand.